The story behind the data? This March, I was at the United Nations' largest annual gathering on gender equality and women's empowerment, the 68th Commission on the Status of Women. I asked producers and users of gender statistics what data meant to them. And this is what they had to say.
I'm the lead author of UN Women's Gender Snapshot Report. It's a report that we produce annually with UNDESA. How do we produce the report? We produce it by taking the best minds from within the UN system, but also from outside of it, and asking them to prioritize gender data, to look at their data one more time and see, can we tell a gender story? It's guided by our passion to also bring new data, new insights, and new knowledge that informs policy that is evidence-based. And so we're really excited about doing it. It's a report that, as I said, allows us to look at all of the goals.
SDG 5 is one of the goals that keeps all of the sustainable development goals together for women and girls. I think the data really tells you about all of the inequalities.
I very much believe in the power of data. For me, it's very important to hear the stories of survivors, so the personal stories are very important, but if we do not know the data behind, we cannot have targeted programs to support those that are suffering from gender-based violence. By collecting data, we are also empowering the women that are collecting this data. Since we are talking about those sensitive topics, and sometimes those women, they will come up also with their stories, and they will be empowered to talk, to share their experiences, and then to support in gathering data that will be useful.
As an LGBTI organization, it is very important for us to have a fact-based mission and a fact-based work. So by using statistics, both those available through our government offices, government agencies, and internationally, we're able to have a realistic advocacy work that raises the voices of the most marginalized members of our communities.
I'm excited to be at the Commission on the Status of Women, especially this year with the theme on addressing poverty and empowering all women and girls. What's most important for me is to hear the stories from different parts of the world, to meet gender justice advocates from the grassroots level, the people that are living these issues that we're speaking about. This is not just about our lip service, but we're talking about the lives of women and girls across the globe. For someone who is based in Geneva, this information is very important for me because I interface with the Convention on the Elimination of Discrimination Against Women, the Special Rapporteur on Violence Against Women, as well as the Human Rights Council. So we are able to then take these stories and reach out to all the different advocates that we meet and connect with here, and we work with them to take and elevate those voices from the grassroots to the global level as we work together to fight poverty and accelerate gender equality for women and girls.
The power of data, of course, is only there when the data is used. Another piece of the data story is that we also are constantly looking for ways to disaggregate the data in a way that tells a story of how diverse women are around the world, how different groups of women are experiencing deprivations in different ways and sometimes in more acute ways. How do we look at women and girls with disability status? How do we look at migrant women? How do we tell the story of different women around the world that are experiencing not only gender discrimination, but also discrimination based on race and ethnicity?
Sabemos que las mujeres afrodescendientes son afectadas de diferentes formas por las injusticias, como la injusticia climática, las violencias de género, entre otras violencias, pero no tenemos acceso al nivel de las disparidades, pues las mujeres afrodescendientes no son informadas por los estados.
Gender data is really important because that will help us understand where we actually need to put our efforts in. While we're here for Pacifica, we come with the Wellbeing Report, and this is made up and informed of the voices of Pacific women in New Zealand, and they've been very clear of what works for them and what doesn't. It's not just about data, it's not just about gender, it's about our Indigenous people and making sure that policies that we do put in place is reflective and responsive and fit for purpose for all.
Not having almost half of the data available for this goal really tells us that we are not investing in women and girls and this is the time to act now. We must invest in women and girls and also in SDG 5 to make the dream of achieving all of the goals from a gender perspective by 2030.
So what are the key takeaways? Data is powerful and empowering. Data is only useful when it's being used to inform policy and programs that are fit for purpose so no one is left behind.